The woman who married a spirit. Long ago, before iron met fire and before the moon forgot how to speak, there was a small village called Umwaka, resting gently between two great rivers. The people lived simple, peaceful lives. They rose with the sun, worked in the fields, and gathered by the fire each night to share laughter and stories. In that quiet village lived a young woman named Adamma, daughter of Chief Ogbuefi Nana and his wife, Mama Uluaku. Adamma was known across the land for her beauty. Her eyes shone like morning dew, her skin was smooth like fresh palm oil, and her laughter could calm even an angry spirit. But Adamma had one flaw that everyone in Umwaka knew too well. She was proud. When young men came to ask for her hand in marriage, she would mock them. Is this the best Umwaka can offer me? She would laugh. Even the rich farmer, the hunter, and the priest's son all left her compound with shame. Her mother often warned her, "My daughter, beauty fades like the morning mist, but humility endures forever." Adama would only smile and reply, "Mama, I was not made for ordinary men. I deserve something greater." Days passed into months and suitors stopped coming. The village women gossiped, saying that pride had tied Adama's destiny. But Adama did not care. She believed that one day someone truly worthy would appear. One golden evening, as the sun melted behind the trees, Adama went to the river to fetch water. The sky was painted in red and orange, and the wind whispered softly through the tall grasses. As she knelt to fill her pot, a calm, deep voice spoke behind her. "Why do you walk alone, beautiful one?" Startled, she turned. Standing by the riverbank was a tall, handsome man dressed in shining white cloth. His skin glowed faintly under the sunset, and his eyes looked like stars hiding secrets. He smiled gently. "Do not be afraid," he said. "I have watched you from afar. You are different. You are meant for more than this village can offer." Adama felt her heart race. The man's voice was soothing, his words sweet like honey. She asked, "Who are you?" He smiled again and replied, "I am a traveler from across the waters. My name is Nwori." They spoke for a long time as the river flowed quietly beside them. Before leaving, Nwori said, "Meet me here again tomorrow night, and I will show you a world beyond your dreams." That night, Adama could not sleep. The stranger's words echoed in her mind. She had never met anyone so mysterious, so captivating. Against her mother's warnings never to wander by night, she decided to return. The next evening, when the moon rose high above the trees, Adama went to the river again. The water shimmered silver under the moonlight. Nori was already there, waiting. He held a small calabash that glowed with a blue light. "Drink this," he said softly, "and you will see my true world." Without hesitation, Adama drank. Immediately, the wind rose and circled around them. The river began to swirl, glowing like molten glass. Before her eyes, the handsome stranger transformed. His eyes burned like fireflies, his feet hovered above the sand, and his voice echoed like thunder underwater. "I am Nwori, spirit of the deep waters," he said. "Now you are mine." The river opened like a great door, and Adama was swallowed by its waves. When she awoke, she found herself in a place she had never imagined. The world beneath the river was filled with beauty beyond words. The ground sparkled like silver sand, the houses were built of crystal shells, and the air hummed with music that felt alive. Spirits of water floated around, laughing and dancing. Nori took her hand and said, "This is your new home. Here, time stands still. Here you are." My Queen Adama lived in wonder. Days and nights meant nothing there. She wore gowns made of light and ate fruits that glowed softly in the dark. But after some time, she began to notice strange things. Every night, Nwori would leave her side and disappear into the dark waters. One night, she followed him quietly. She found him kneeling before a great serpent with golden eyes as bright as the sun. The serpent spoke in a voice that shook the ground. "You have broken the law," it hissed. "No spirit must love a mortal." Nori bowed his head. "I love her," he said. "Spare her, Great One." The serpent's gaze turned toward Adamma, who trembled in fear. "You have crossed a boundary that must never be crossed," it said. "Because of your love, she shall never belong to either world." Before Adamma could scream, a flash of light blinded her. When she opened her eyes again, she was lying by the same river where it all began. She carried a baby on her back, pale, quiet, and beautiful. Her clothes were torn, and her hair was wet. Villagers saw her and shouted in shock. They ran to tell her parents, who rushed to the river in tears. Her mother cried and hugged her tightly. "My child, where have you been?" Adamma whispered weakly. "Mama, I married a spirit. He gave me a child, but I cannot stay. I am no longer one of you." Her father, confused and afraid, took her to the village priest. The old priest examined her silently and said, "She has crossed between worlds. Her body is here, but her soul still belongs to the river." Weeks passed. Adamma rarely spoke. A child never cried, never laughed, never moved much. His eyes were calm and deep like still water. The villagers grew afraid. They said the baby was not human. Sometimes at night, people heard Adamma singing softly by the river. Her voice carried sadness that made even the crickets go silent. Her mother begged her to stop going there, but Adamma only smiled. "Mama, I cannot resist this call," she said. One night, thunder rolled across the sky. The river rose higher than ever before, flooding the farms and paths. In the flash of lightning, villagers saw a tall, glowing figure standing in the water. It was Nwori. He called out in a deep voice, "Adamma, the time has come. Come home." Adamma's mother ran out, screaming, "No, don't go." But Adamma moved as though something stronger than her will guided her steps. She turned back once and said, "Forgive me, Mama. My heart belongs where my love began." She walked into the river, holding her baby. The moment her feet touched water, her body began to fade like smoke in the rain. The river swallowed her completely. When morning came, the storm was gone, but the river carried only her headscarf. The baby was never found. From that day, no one in Umuaka fetched water at night again. The villagers said that when the moon is full, you can still hear Adamma's voice singing a lullaby across the water. Old women would warn their daughters, never follow beauty into the unknown, never listen to voices that call from the dark. And so, her story became a lesson passed down from generation to generation. Beauty is a gift, but pride can turn it into a curse. If Adamma had listened to her mother's wisdom, she would have lived to see her children grow. Even now, when the river shines too bright under the moon, some say it is Nwori looking up from the deep, searching for the woman he loved but could never keep. So remember, my child, when the world tempts you with sweet promises, look beyond what your eyes can see. For even the river smiles before it swallows. And so the river kept her secret. The wind still whispers Adamma's name whenever the moon shines bright. Some say, if you listen closely by the water, you can hear her soft voice calling, not in pain, but in peace. For even spirits too can love and lose. Remember, beauty without humility is like a flower that blooms without roots. Soon, it fades. This has been The Woman Who Married a Spirit, an African folktale retold through the voice of the ancestors. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again under the moonlight for another timeless story from the heart of Africa.